So what the myosin heads are the most important part of the sarcomere, at least in my opinion. Um, and as we said before, they are the movers. So they're the ones that actually do the crawling, and they eat up the energy, and they do the crawling, and they do the shortening. They bring the sarcomere all shortened together, and the muscle shortens, right? When a muscle gets activated, the whole cell, everything from all the sarcomeres within it, all the myosin heads, everything within it is on 100% from that moment. And it stays on until the signal stops, and then it's completely off. So there's no in between at this zoomed up microscopic stage. There's other ways the muscle gets around controlling how much power output it has, and that's for a different chapter. We'll get to it later. But right now, what you need to understand is once a sarcomere is activated, everything's on all the time. Now, the reason myosin heads get a little more complicated is because there's not just one type. There's a whole bunch of types. It's a very big spectrum. You have a different gene for each one. And for instance, like different animals have different varieties even, and it's a whole spectrum from fast myosin heads, which are really, I draw them bigger, but they're probably the same size. They just have different protein components. But essentially for our purposes, these are big, strong movers that eat up a lot of energy real fast. The ATP is energy essentially, and that'll be the next chapter as we'll talk more about ATP. Eats up a lot of energy real fast, moves a lot of weight. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have slow myosin heads, which are the opposite. Really small, twiggy little things, move little weight, burn little energy though. And in between these two is a whole spectrum. So for our purposes, I've simplified it down to just fast and slow, but in your mind, you should understand that there's a whole spectrum.